Hi, this is Carolyn at Cantiamo Music. So this video is going to tell you a little bit about why singing is so good for you. I've experienced that in my own life, but I'm hoping that you will experience it in yours. So I'm going to give you some of the things that music can do for you, both on your own, but also as part of a group. So the first thing you may know about music is it's a really good stress reliever. When you've had a bad day or things were a bit much, to put on some really loud music or to stick some music on in the car and sing along at full blast. Or in my case, come home, hammer out some music on the piano or something like that. You'll know that that's a really good way of relieving stress. And music is indeed a really good way of getting a bit of stress relief into your life. In my introductory video about me and who I am and where Cantiamo came from, I talked a little bit about my experience of mental health issues, and music is a really good way of relieving depression and anxiety. We can talk more about that perhaps in another video. There are some physical things that singing does for you. Scientists are really starting to look into this now, and you'll see some fascinating stuff online if you stick music for well-being into Google, about how they're using things like MRI technology to see what's happening in our brains, and all sorts of other technologies to find out why it is that music is so powerful. But some of the things they've found that it can do is to boost your immune system. It certainly improves lung function. I'm asthmatic and my lung function is a lot better because I sing and play wind instruments. It can improve our circulation because you're using the air and you're pumping it around your body while you're breathing for singing and particularly wind playing. And there's been a lot of stuff on TV recently, particularly because of the documentary series that Vicky McClure did here in Nottingham, with singing with people with dementia. My experience of that is twofold. One is that my gran had Alzheimer's, and right towards the end of her life she was able to join in when we sang hymn tunes to her, or well-known tunes, even though there was very little else that she could do. She couldn't speak and she couldn't really function, but she could sing. And also as part of my work with the tour card ensemble, we go into residential homes a couple of times a year in various places in and around Hucknall, and you really see people's faces light up when they hear something they know, particularly at Christmas. Those are tunes we all know well, and have an ability to touch us. I think there's a good reason why if you hear a song you haven't heard since 1980 something, you still know all the words, and that's because your brain can lock away music in a different way. I sometimes use music to remember things, so if I'm popping up to a supermarket, I'll do my shopping list as a song in my head because I know I'm going to remember it better. Your brain's good at remembering music. There's even some research that says that singing can help snoring. My husband would disagree with that, but I hold out hope that that's the truth, or rather he does anyway. It can also be used for reflection or escape. So again, useful for mental health conditions, but also just in the busyness of life and just having some time of self-care. Popping on some nice quiet music is a really good way of just having some time to reflect on the day, maybe do a bit of journaling, draw some pictures, write some words. Is a good way of reflecting on things that have happened during the day. But also escaping. If you really get into a piece of music, you can't think about all those other things because you're too busy focusing on what's going on with the music. So all of that stuff that we experience on our own when we make music also applies when we make music together. But actually what scientists are finding is that those symptoms of music doing good things for you are replicated and made bigger because of all the stuff we're putting together. So for example, when a choir sings together, they have to breathe together at various places in the music, and that breathing together builds a sense of community around the singing. But also scientists found that heart rates tend to group together as well, which means that lots of side effects happen, things like teamwork, social support. If you speak to people who are members of particular community choirs, you'll find that they talk about them as being a bit like a family. They all support each other, and there are probably scientific reasons for that, as well as it just being great fun. And that's one of the most important things about music, that it is just good fun, and it should always be fun. Another side effect of music is that it can improve your confidence. When you finally nail that song or perform that piece and hear the applause, or just crack a single bar of music that you've been struggling with, it really improves your confidence. And that's particularly important for all of us, but for young people. What a lot of people find is that children who engage in music education find that there is an improvement in their academic achievement as well, because the two things are so closely linked. So the other thing you can do then with music, as well as making music in the community with people who need it for well-being reasons, is to put it into the workplace. So businesses are now getting more and more focused on engagement and well-being in their office or factory or wherever environment. And thanks to Gareth Malone, people are aware that workplace singing is a really good thing to do. So I've had the privilege of leading a workplace choir. The benefits of those are, yes, it's fun and it allows people a place to have fun and relieve some of the stresses of the day while they're at work. But the side effects of that is that it can improve morale, increase engagement in your team, reduce sickness absence, and also increase productivity. So lots of side effects really of making music together. So there we go, that's some of the benefits of singing. There are so many. Speak to any musician, they'll tell you how music is a hugely important thing in their life. So it's not just about physical and well-being, it's just about it being fun. And the sense of achievement and all of that stuff. So make some music, go and make some music, get in touch, and we'll talk about how you can make some music.